What's going on, hustlers across the nation? This is the Gig Accountant. My name is Naz, and I'm a licensed CPA in the state of New Jersey. I'm also a accountant for a Fortune 500 company. So, in today's topic is, what does a Fortune 500 accountant do? So, before I get into the specific job responsibilities, I want to talk about the dichotomy between a public accountant, a person working within a public accounting firm, versus a private industry accountant, as well as the differences between a financial accountant versus a management accountant. So first, public accountant versus private industry accountant. A public accountant would be an accountant that is working for a public accounting firm. So this would be like your big four, Deloitte and Touche, KPMG, EY, Ernst & Young, PwC, PricewaterhouseCoopers. And they would be providing accounting services, auditing, taxes, advisory, and consulting services on an outsourced basis for their clients. So their clients could be Fortune 500 companies. They could be, for a smaller accounting firm, maybe individuals, helping them with their individual tax forms. That's the scope of a public accountant's job. A private industry accountant would be working within the accounting team or finance team of a company. So for a Fortune 500 company, they'd be rolling up into the CFO typically. Within the CFO group, they'll have a controllers group, an accounting group. And this is where the accountant would sit, where they would reside within the organization. And they would be responsible for a large range of different finance activities from the company. It could be helping with their controllers functions, for the product controllers, legal entity controllers responsibilities, producing the financial statements, SEC filings, getting the 10Q, 10K ready to file it on a quarterly or annual basis. They could be working, helping support the company's taxes, tax filings. And they could also be working more within the financial planning and analysis scope, which is more prospective in nature as opposed to retrospective in nature, which is what folks in the controllers function would be more, and SEC reporting function would be more focused on. So, now that that is out of the way, what is the difference between a financial accountant versus a managerial accountant? So, a financial accountant's core responsibilities will be focused on, will be retrospectively focused. It will be focused on the financial history of the company and reporting this to external parties. So, this is getting the financial records ready to be financially reported to the SEC through 10Q filings, 10K filings annually. And if it's a smaller company, just producing the financial statements. So it's a lot of work with the general ledger, posting of entries, month-end close, quarterly reporting, things of that nature. The responsibility of a financial accountant is producing the financial statements for external consumption by external parties outside of the company, so that they can make decisions based on the financial statements that the company is providing. So a managerial accountant would be more known as the finance guys. They're the guys that are within financial planning and analysis. They are more, as opposed to examining the financials on a retrospective basis, they are looking at it from a prospective basis. So simply put, they are engaged in planning and budgeting for the company's financials. They are making predictions as to where the company's financials are going to, and they are providing variance analysis, explaining why they didn't meet those targets that they set. So they are more prospective focused, where the company is going forward financially. And these would be more the managerial accountants, the management accountants. Management accountants are responsible for producing financial reports and analysis for internal consumption as opposed to external consumption. So these reports are used by management in order to make managerial decisions within the company. So, and I just wanted to make that clear. A financial accountant produces financial reports for external consumption, consumption by folks outside the company. Management accountants produce financial reports and analysis for internal company consumption, for managerial consumption, and to drive business decisions. So that's the main difference, and that's why it's called managerial accounting. The focus is on management decisions. It doesn't mean that you're a manager specifically. Okay, so now that that's out of the way, I want to talk a little bit about what I do within a Fortune 500 company. I'm a financial accountant. I work within a legal entity controllers and product controllers group. And I'm responsible for the certain legal entities and products that are within my scope, that are assigned to me. I'm responsible for producing their financial statements and ensuring that they are complete, accurate, and in compliant with the accounting standards and accounting protocols externally and internally set, and ensuring that we are in compliance with that. So accounting standards includes GAAP, so generally accepted accounting principles. They include statutory accounting principles, since the company that I work with is a financial services industry and insurance company. So it is subjected to statutory accounting principles, SAP. And this is required for reporting to the states. In addition to that, we also have certain government contracts, and due to this, we are subjected to government accounting standards. So cost accounting standards and federal acquisition regulations. So my responsibility is to ensure that we are producing financial statements for these legal entities, for these products, that are complete, accurate, and in compliance with these accounting standards and governing rules. So that's kind of the scope of my responsibilities on a high level. I'm responsible for accounting, financial reporting, financial analysis, and financial control surrounding my products and legal entities. So this involves posting month-end close, quarterly financial reporting. I'm responsible for posting journal entries to the general ledger. These involve a large range of entries, from accruals to reclasses to anything that is not feeding directly into the general ledger. I'm responsible for producing financial statements for consumption by eventually external consumption. This involves me engaging other business partners, going line by line to engage in analysis to ensure accuracy, engaging other finance folks within other finance teams, engaging with my business partners, walking them through the financial statements, and answering any questions. And I'm also responsible for any ad hoc projects. For instance, if there is an audit or from a public accounting firm, or there is an audit from a state, I'm responsible for producing those the financial reports per their requests. So that's kind of the scope of my role as an accountant at a Fortune 500 company. What I like most about it is that I really get into the nitty-gritty and I see the full accounting cycle of the products and legal entities that I'm responsible for. I'm kind of like the personal CPA for those products and legal entities, and responsible for knowing the full scope of operations of that. So from receiving billing, posting the posting of those billing premiums, for the journal entries across the board for the those products and legal entities. So that's what I really like about that, and I like that I get the opportunity to engage other folks across the business with outside of finance. So partnering with my colleagues across the business, it really enables me to meet with a lot of folks across the business. So that's kind of the scope of what a accountant, at least what I do as an accountant at a Fortune 500 company. If you guys like the content of this video, feel free to hit the like button, hit subscribe, and hit that notification bell for future videos. All right, guys, that's all I got to say for now. If you have any thoughts, comments, or questions, feel free to leave it in the comments below. You guys be safe out there. Happy hustling and have a good one. Bye, guys.